This episode of Bouts Talking Bouts is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Winning parlays, if you're looking for them in BKFC, you got to be checking out BK Bet Shark. Here's the thing, $50 buys, you get a personalized bet slip. It's based on your own budget. You can be flexible. It is what works for you. And this guy's got the receipts. You can check out all the winning tickets. You can peep them, and you can do so at Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Check him out on Instagram and get with it. Got them personalized betting slips going on, $50 buys. All right, in this episode of Bare Knuckle Radio, very excited to be talking to an individual who competes at BKFC Prospect Series 2, which goes down on October the 14th. We have Ryan Harris knuckling up. Happy to have Marcus Pond on the show.
Yeah. He's a clever guy. He hasn't got any fights on YouTube. He's got kind of doing my homework on a ghost. I've got friends all around the UK, all around Ireland, probably all around the world now anyway through Bare Knuckle, so I've managed to get a couple of videos and a couple of pictures of him fighting, so many fingers and many boys, so to speak, Dylan, you know?
What did you manage to find footage-wise? Because I was looking and...
I've got his footage from his ABC days. I mean, I know he said to Andy Bakewell that he turned pro this year, but I think that's all a bunch of bollocks, mate. I think he's still an amateur. I think he said he's just going to get his pro card. If you've done pro boxer, why would you want to come and get your head punched in by someone that's established in bare knuckle already, mate? Do you know what I mean?
Well, that was something I was kind of...
That makes sense to me. If you've got your pro card for pro boxing, you're going to go off and do pro boxing for a bit, and that's why you come across to bare knuckle. That's kind of my bottom. You know what I mean? So, I can't wait for it, mate. I'm proper set for this. I mean, I only fought 2.5 weeks ago. I fought 3 weeks ago up in Manchester. Against a guy called Kyle Fox. That was pit fighting, bare knuckle pit fighting. Tremendous guy. Real good fight. I knocked him down 3 times in the first round. Realistically, I think the ref should have stopped it on the last knockdown, but they called time. Went into the second round, and he just got knocked spark out, mate. Took his head off. So I was already fight ready for this one. I've done my camp, had my fight, so we came away. Me and my fiance at the time came home, went back down to Cornwall, sunny Cornwall, into a canoe, stayed in a nice caravan with my son, had a nice holiday, and then straight back into camp for the Ryan Bomber Harris fight.
Yeah, and that was something I was kind of noticing in doing my research on this fight. Like, it seems like your, bare knuckle experience, I guess, far exceeds his. Like, do you think that's going to be a pretty meaningful variable in this one? It seems like you think it'll be a big factor.
Yeah, I'll take every fight. I'll take every fight very seriously. I'll never take anything away from my opponents. I'm not one for trash talking at all. But I make sure I get everything sorted in the gym before I go to that fight. I'm fully prepared for any possible outcome. Mike Tyson said everyone's got a plan, so they get punched in the face. Well, I'll come to the gym, I'll get punched in the face, and I'll work on that plan when I get punched in the face.
Yeah, and I imagine this moment is... Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, I imagine this moment is very exciting for you, because doing my research on you referenced Plymouth earlier, and I noticed you own a cleaning company out there, and, collecting some hardware for sure. So, how exciting is it to be leading into this moment with this BKFC Prospect Series 2 opportunity?
Oh, absolutely amazing. It's an amazing opportunity. I mean, I want to give a massive thank you to Andy Bakewell for getting me across. It's a real honour. I know because the BKFC Prospect guys there to go do all tryouts and stuff like that. I kind of bypassed that. Andy Bakewell, when he said, look, you're doing bits, but we need to get you on these prospect shows. And I said, absolutely amazing, thank you ever so much. When do you want me? And he said, well, I can have you in October the 14th, mate. And I said, sign me up, brother, I'm there. Let's get this done, brother.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to the beginning a little bit. I noticed you began your fighting career in your late 20s as part of a charity boxing event per an article that I was checking out. How did that all get rolling to get involved with that charity boxing event there?
I was stepping in for the charity boxing, and I was only going to spectate. Yeah, so I was a spectator. And the guy that was running the shows is a very, very good friend of mine. And he just asked me, he said, look, you can't jump in, can you? And I was like, yeah, go on then, why not? And turned out I was pretty darn good, and good session tonight, mate, well done. But yeah, that's where we kind of went with it.
And like, what was the, I guess, point of switching from glove boxing to bare knuckle? Like, was there an epiphany moment, or was it a gradual, like, oh, this could be?
It was my 30th birthday, mate. I was getting too old for the glove boxing. You know, you got all the young lads, Sonny Edwards and the Edwards brothers. You know, you've got Vasyl Lomachenko, and you know, how would I compete with any of those guys? You know, so it was Andy Baker as well. I had the invite to go over to BFBA, which is Bare Fist Boxing Association, and my bare knuckle road kind of took me down there. I mean, admittedly, obviously, I went down some of the darker avenues of bare knuckle. You know, I've fought in car parks, and I've fought in fields, and I've fought under bridges. You know, on the no rules thing, and I did pretty well there as well. You know, touch wood, I've never lost a fight, so I've got some high hopes coming across into BKFC, and realistically, I'm not coming for the chance to win. I'm coming to win. You know, I'm not coming for the chance to win a belt. I'm coming for that belt. You know what I mean? I'm coming for that reputation. Do you know what? I'm coming for that Conor McGregor look. Do you know what I mean? And I will, you know, bare knuckle boxing is the biggest combat sport in the world, bar none at the moment. It's taking over the UFC, you know, and I want to be that guy. Do you know what I mean? I've done this for many years now. You know, I've put the time in the gym. I've put the effort in the gym. What I like to think so, anyway. You know, I'll go that extra mile. Do you know what I mean? I wake up an hour earlier than everyone else, and I'll go for a run. And you know, when I'm not training, I'm concentrating on the prep for my next training session. If I'm at work, I'm doing my daily job. I'm even at work prepping my training sessions. You know, I want this more than the next man. You know, and I'm willing to fight for that. But I'm willing to fight tooth and nail for it. You know, if I've got to fight dirty on the inside, I'll fight you dirty on the inside. If I can fight you clean on the outside and reuse my reach, my jab, my extended arm, I'll use that. I don't care what I've got to do to get that win. I'm getting that win. I'm coming for that belt. You know, and all these guys out there, they need to know that I'm serious. I'm not coming for a tickle fight. I'm coming to take your fucking chin off.
Yeah, I mean, the energy is very tangible, and the record is, you know, great proof of what you're talking about. I feel like that all lends itself well to like this kind of framework, just with like, you know, the Prospect Series and them kind of picking from like the exemplary performances. Like, I would think your style lends itself well to a framework like that.
Yeah. I box clever. You know, I read my opponents very well. I like to think, but my coaches seem to think so anyway. I've got 3 exceptional coaches in the gym that I train out of, Taurus Gym in Plymouth, and these guys in here are amazing. You know, and I'm not just learning one style of boxing. I'm learning 3 different styles of boxing, plus going away doing my homework at home. You know, I'm doing my knowledge training. I'm in the bath doing my knowledge training. You know, I'm eating my breakfast doing my knowledge training. Knowledge is key. Fitness is power. You know, I'm pouring everything into this, and I'm getting something out of it regardless. You know, and I'm here to take over the show, and I'm just excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great gym culture, it seems like, over at Taurus MMA. Like, I saw a post kind of recently from Simon McCormick, I believe, where he was really, like, shouting out how you, like, really uplifted him in a certain session, and it seemed like you were very encouraging, like, telling him to trust the process and things like that. Like, is there a good, supportive gym culture there that really helps with the training? It seems like the case there.
Most definitely. I mean, I train out at 2 gyms. So Taurus Gym is predominantly where I do all of my boxing and my Muay Thai and my K1. That's Jimmy Hamilton's gym, Taurus. I've got trainers in here: John Maxwell, Kenan Foley, and Clint Simpson. Clint Simpson is 55 years old. Well, he might shoot me for that. He's in his early 50s, should I say. He punches me up on the regular. Oh my good God! Fucking, he's like, if you're blinking, I'm punching you. You know, and I've just been in the gym today with my number 1 coach, Kenan. Oh, I tell you, we stripped 2 kilos off me in an hour and a half, and I wasn't even meant to be losing anyway, so that's good. So I can go home and eat big food now. So, and you know, we got John Maxwell. John's awesome. It's just our gym here in Taurus. We are a close family unit. You know, when you come into the gym, we welcome you with open arms. We're not going to welcome you with beating sticks. Well, Kenan does sometimes, but yeah, that's it, coach. You know, you get out of the gym what you put into the gym. If you turn up and you're clock watching, and you're being a little pussy, you know, you're going to get beefed. If you're if you're running, you're doing press ups, you're throwing jabs, you're throwing crosses, you're throwing your hooks, and you're sweating, and you're being thick into your gloves, yeah, then you're doing bits for the gym. The gym's going to respect that, so the gym's going to put their time into you. You know, that's what your Taurus Gym is all about. We're a family-run unit that produces champions. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 23 British champions on the wall here right now. You know, this is what we do, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say you already do have a British belt, but you seem very fixated on adding some additional BKFC hardware to that wall down the line.
I want that world belt. I don't want the British one, mate. I've got that.
Yeah.
I've got the pit fighting one for that one, and that's fucking, I reckon that's harder than getting into the squared circle, but I can't wait to get in there. Like, me and my coach Ken have been working on some good footwork, and I don't want to blow any smoke up my own ass, but I'm moving like Muhammad Ali at the moment.
Yeah, but I did want to get some insights into that British, title winning effort, cementing yourself as the middleweight champion and doing so in 60 seconds, no less. Like, can you give the thoughts on that moment? It seemed pretty perfect.
Sorry, I missed that. Say that again.
Oh, no worries. I was just noticing that when you won the British middleweight title, it only took you 60 seconds. That would seem like the consummate performance. Like, what were your memories of that night?
Well, I went up there. The guy that I fought on the video, the big guy, he was a stand-in. My opponent didn't turn up because he unfortunately had some issues with his son, and he just couldn't get to the fight, which is fair enough. If it was my little boy, I wouldn't. My family comes first, so I respect him there. But yeah, so the big guy stood in, the big guns, and he was just not fast enough for me, not quick enough. And I train on a daily basis with some big old gorillas. Do you know what I mean? Like some big men. So I'm used to that kind of style, that kind of slow, sluggish style. I was coming into that fight expecting someone going to be fast hands. So I trained for someone fast. So when this guy's come up and he's big and he's slow and he's loading up on these fucking great big power shots, I'm like, well, you're about to take your chin off, mate. Like, that was kind of it. And and they put the big shiny belt around me, and that was very nice of them. But I'm through Ryan's Ryan the Bomber Harris, through Ryan's amateur career, because I've seen that he's had a pretty good amateur career. I'm expecting a fucking good fight. I want blood, guts, and bruises. Do you know what I mean? And that's the way it, well, I hope so anyway.
And always curious to ask this with parents who are involved in bare knuckle boxing. Like, are your kids kind of at an age where they have some idea of what you get up to as a career, like in as far as the fighting lane?
Oh, sorry, I was just talking to one of my pal men. My little boy Rome. He's in the gym with me every single training. Well, he was in the gym with me every single training session. But if my son wants to box when he's older, then that's absolutely fine. But when he's done with his boxing, he's done with whatever he wants to do. Thank you, coach. See you. Give me a bell tomorrow. Once he's done with the boxing, and if he wants to go into bare knuckle, then we'll have that conversation. As you probably know, Dylan, bare knuckle boxing is a lot safer than boxing. As I could give you the example of American football players or Canadian ice hockey players wearing all the pads. And then rugby players, our guys, we don't wear pads over here, but your guys wear the helmets, the shoulder pads, and more often than not, the guys in Canada are in hockey with the pads on. They get PTE, which is scarring on the brain. Is that correct?
It is, yeah.
So that's where bare knuckle boxing is a lot safer than normal boxing, because you end up with hematomas and laceration. Hematoma and laceration is swelling and cuts. It's not CTE, so it's not lasting damage. You're not going to be punch drunk to talking like so, So, I think I'd prefer a couple of scars and a bit of swelling for a couple of days rather than lasting effect, So if my boys do want to eventually go down the road of, doing what their dad did, absolutely, I'll support them all the way. If that's what they want to do, I'll always support them.
Yeah, and how much did, I guess, seeing that empirical evidence that bare knuckle was, I guess, safer than gloved boxing, like how much did that influence the transition there?
Pardon me, say that again, mate. Broke up.
Oh, no worries. Just like that empirical evidence around the safety of bare knuckle, how much did that inform switching from gloved boxing to bare knuckle?
I've got to be honest with you, mate. Because I'm from Plymouth, Plymouth, Devon. We're all pirates down here, mate. So I've been used to bare knuckle. I've been used to bare knuckle fighting since I was knee high to a grasshopper. I mean, I was bare knuckle fighting before I was boxing. I've had more bare knuckle fights than I've had boxing bouts, and that's the truth behind it, you know. And I think I was bred for this. I was made for this. I'm a gladiator, you know. I love this sport, you know. I love this sport. I live and breathe this sport, you know. And when I do eventually have to retire, I will no doubt be starting my own promotion. I've got my inbox fills up on a daily basis from people all around in the UK asking how do they get involved with bare knuckle fighting. And, you know, can you get me a fight? You know, 99.9% of the time when people say to me, Marcus, bro, can you get me a fight? I'm like, yes, mate, 100%. Give me 5 minutes. And they're like, yeah. I'll message them back 5 minutes later. I've got you a fight. 6 weeks time, you're fighting so and so. They're like, oh, I think 6 weeks is a bit too soon. So people chat shit. You know, do you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's interesting. I could definitely see you like doing a great job in the promoter capacity. Like, obviously, great localized knowledge, and you seem to have a passion for it. So,
yeah, well, most definitely. But you got to have a passion for something you do, don't you? Otherwise, it's not worth doing.
Yeah, no doubt. I guess just one of the last things I kind of wanted to touch on, because you were like referencing a bit earlier, like some of like the Muay Thai training you've kind of integrated as, you know, you transitioned into bare knuckle. Like, are there any other different aspects you've added to your training preparations for bare knuckle that maybe you weren't doing before with gloved boxing, I guess?
I can't tell you that fight week, Dylan. Can't tell you that, mate. Can't let you know my secret.
Yeah, sometimes you got to keep the cards a little close to the chest. I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, mate, I haven't really changed. I haven't really changed much at all. For BKFC, I have worked massively on my cardio. I've worked on my lung tank. You know, I'm clocking half marathons, and I'm not going to tell you the time because you probably shit yourself. It's absolutely, I'm absolutely smashing miles in it. I could quite easily convert over to long distance running now, and have no issue with it at all. That's how good my cardio is. But yeah, I'm completely and utterly confident in my cardio at the moment, and that's kind of the area I've been working on most. Because if you can't breathe, you can't fight. The oldest rule in the book, isn't it? So.
Yeah, that's very true, and maybe this is in line with kind of what we were just talking about there, but I do talk to fighters who do get into like visualization with their fights, and kind of they have like, I guess maybe a predominant visualization within all that. Do you have a certain, I guess, defined idea for how you see this fight playing out, or maybe just being fluid and adaptable with whatever could happen?
Yeah, Dylan, you know how I see this fight turning out, mate. Me stood over Ryan, and them saying, cheers, Marcus, here's a multi-fight contract, dude, off you pop. I'll be like, that's sweet, bro, off we pop, here we go. Come on then, let's get over to the Americas, let's get over there and show them what the English are like, eh? Get up there, Plymouth Town. But yeah, no, I'm a big believer in the manifesting, is it? I'm a big believer in manifesting. I can't lie, I've manifested winning this fight 1,000 times, probably 3 times a day since I found out. But other than that, mate, you know, I'm going to go into it with my whole heart, both fists. You know, I do wish Ryan Harris the very best in his training. I hope he's had a good camp. I hope he fights hard, because that's what I'm coming to do. And other than that, just get in the ring, get out safe, and that's all I can kind of say on that one. You know. Yeah, so it's kind of get in, stay safe, knock him out, get up to the Nando's and get some good food in me.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a great plan for the fight for sure, man. And I appreciate you making the time coming on, but just in wanting to be mindful of your time and how close you are to the fight, I'm curious if maybe there's a final parting thought you'd want to add as we're sort of wrapping up here.
I'm looking towards this fight. What happens on fight night happens on fight night. Anything else is a bonus. All I got to do is make sure I stay uninjured up until fight night, because I am the type of person, I will carry on training all the way up until fight, even if it's light cardio. I'm not the type of person to go, right, it's 5 days before fight, I'm going to go and sit, put my feet up, because number one, my missus wouldn't allow it, and number two, I don't think my ADHD would let me, so you can't snuff the walls in about 25 minutes. She'd be like, go for a run, mate, go on, do med, and
yeah, I mean, oh, sorry, go ahead.
All the preparation has been put in, the time in the gym's been put in. 3 times over. I've been in this gym more. I've been here in the morning when no one's been here, sweating my balls off. Skipping, dancing. Just everything, just to make sure that it is perfect. I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and we're ready to box. And that's that, But yeah, thank you very much for getting me on the show, mate. Really appreciate it. And if you ever do want me back, give me a shout, and I'll be more than happy to come back on.
Yeah, I mean, great to hear. I feel like this is going to be the first of many appearances, and very excited for BKFC Prospect Series 2 on October 14th. And thank you so much again for coming on and giving great insights, Marcus. Looking forward to checking out the fight when it goes down, but until then, you have a good rest of your day there, man.
You too, DB. You too, mate. Take care. And if I ever do hit the Canadas up, mate, I'll be sure to hit you up. Love Canada.
Yeah, I loved that about setting up this interview with you. You seemed very already aware of Canada and everything, and yeah, definitely if you're out here, yeah.
It's God's country, mate. Canada is God's country. Beautiful.
I love hearing that. I mean, I feel like that ensures the fact that this is not a one-off. We're going to have multiple chats, I feel. It was a good time talking to you, man. But yeah, thanks so much, and have a good one. This episode of Bouts Talking Bouts is brought to you by Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Winning parlays, if you're looking for them in BKFC, you got to be checking out BK Bet Shark. Here's the thing, $50 buys, you get a personalized bet slip. It's based on your own budget. You can be flexible. It is what works for you. And this guy's got the receipts. You can check out all the winning tickets. You can peep them, and you can do so at Bare Knuckle Betting Shark. Check him out on Instagram and get with it. Got them personalized betting slips going on, $50 buys.